Cause I don't look care anymore. Cause motherfucker, I'm a CNA. Let me hear all your bitches say if you are a CNA. Just work until the day we get paid certified your serious assistant. They tell you to get a bitch before the bar and say, motherfucker, I'm a CNA. Let me hear all your bitches say if you are a CNA. Just work until the day we get paid certified your serious assistant. They get a bitch before the bar and say, and also, empty colostomies or ileostomies. That's a beggar through the whole of that peasant CCs. That's milliliters, regular mathematics. CNAs, deal with detox and drug addicts, some alcoholics. Some crackheads try to regulate solutions to get high on meds. I've been checked with a couple times and punched in the nose. They've been in and shitted on and they call me bro. I also empty containers full of urine. That's what you think goes your peel and bladder. Just keep it thin. Fuck, that would suck to have a tube on my dick. With a tube the size of an inch thick. But shit is cool, I got plenty more. So patients with me is more than food in a grocery store. You the bitch, cause I ain't gonna say, and you know I keep it cops on the cuss, motherfucker, I'm a CNA. Let me hear all your bitches say if you are a CNA. Just work until the day we get paid to the 5-year serious assistant. And tell you to get a bitch before the bar and say, motherfucker, I'm a CNA. Let me hear all your bitches say if you are a CNA. Just work until the day we get paid to the 5-year serious assistant. Pay for the bitch before the bar and say,
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to PSA from a CNA. I am your host with the most, the blessed and highly favored, Franko the Pen. Thank you for spending just a little bit, a small smidgen, just the tiniest bit of your Wednesday evening with your boy. Shout out to the first and last time listeners. Shout out to everybody who was currently in the middle, well, in the home stretch of second shift. Shout out to everybody who is currently getting ready for third shift. Because as the motto of this podcast is, I hope I never have to work it myself. How was everybody doing on this beautiful beautiful Wednesday evening? Michelle Van Zant, how you doing? How you doing? Man, good to be back. Good to be back here on the podcast. You feel me? Oh shoot! All right, so what was I about to say? Oh yeah, so I posted a video today, which is doing slightly good for my usual numbers, whatever. But I did not know how many of y'all, if still to this day, are in facilities that don't have automatic patient beds. We talked about this before on the podcast, but I thought it's 2023. I thought that by now, like all of you, I thought not all of you, but you know what I'm saying? I thought that all nursing homes, I think hospitals have, but I thought that all nursing homes had like gotten, like I've worked in some terrible, like poor nursing facilities. And even they transitioned from crank up beds to automatic beds back in like 2013, something like that. Who the fuck knows? Something around that time. But I was going through the comments of the video, and it was like so many of y'all still work in facilities that have like crank up beds. That is flabbergasting to me. Like when I first got into this CNA game, like the facility I worked at had like crank up beds, but I only had to deal with it for like a month before they came in and was like, yeah, we got that new automatic bed. You just push this button, the bed go all the way up, and the head go up, and the feet go up. And I was, oh shit, this is hot. Oh shit, I like this. I ain't got to be sitting there cranking on, getting extra strong jack off arm and shit. Oh hell yeah. Then okay. Then I started doing assisted living, and those people just have regular beds, so you just have to deal with it. You gotta in assisted living, you just gotta deal with the bed that they have. Some people have a regular bed. It's a few people with it's a few people with automatic beds with remotes that you can, you know what I'm saying, that you can raise and lift up. Only one or two people had a crank up bed, if that. But most people just had a standard stationary bed. But in nursing homes, where you have to have a CNA license to work, for y'all still to have the old timey crank up beds is fucking hysterical. It's funny, but it's only funny because I don't work there and I don't have to do it. But I swear on everything, I thought crank up beds had went the way of all the other old shit. Okay, that shit. Some places still have them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Alexis. We have motorized beds. However, our bariatric beds do not go to the floor, so the patient can either be safe on the lowest position or be at least 12 plus inches off the floor and pray they don't fall out. I'm like, man, dude, crank up beds. I remember, y'all still have to bend over or get up on one knee to lift the bed up. That shit is barbaric. I mean, if you want to protect your back, then you'll do it. Okay, so I understand it, but crank up bed, really. Oh my God! When they brought those remote beds, in, I thought that was the Cadillac of nursing home beds. I was like, yes, fucking remote. I can lift the feet up, lift the head up. You know what I'm saying? If I went into a nursing home, if I got hired in at a nursing home and I went through and I saw more than one or two crank up, if the whole facility was crank up beds, I would promptly leave. Clearly, this ain't the place for me. Clearly, y'all lied to me during this interview. Y'all must be doing bad up in here because y'all still got crank up beds. I would hate to judge an entire, because they could be the nicest facility with the nicest staff and the best coworkers, but come on, crank up beds, I would have to, man, that pay would have to be good. And if I walk in your facility and see all the rooms have crank up beds, you would have to be paying me 25 plus an hour to risk my spine to be in here with crank up beds. Are you serious? If I walk in your facility and see that every room has a crank up bed, I'm just gonna believe that everybody in here is making $9.50 an hour. Cause clearly y'all ain't got the money. If you ain't got the money to upgrade these beds, you ain't got the money to pay your workers. And I shouldn't be here. So I'm just gonna leave. Just forget that I even came. Forget I even interviewed. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I enjoy my spinal health. Betty was good. John was good. Our hospital has ICU beds that have a touchscreen on them. John, if you are new here, I want y'all to know that John has been talking shit with me for a long time on these live streams and podcasts. And John loves his job. And John works at one of the places like, like, okay, like the good nursing homes that like, like the good nursing homes that you think don't exist, or like the good places for CNAs to work that don't exist. John works at one of those places. Like, John loves his job a lot, and he should, because they sound like perfect. Like, every time John talk about his job, you be like, man, John, we get it. Your job is perfect. Like, this dude job, they pay him a lot. They got like up to date shit. They always got supplies. Like, John work at the best place. John work at like the best hospital ever. I want to work where John work at. Okay. I swear, whatever. I want to work. Me and John will be best friends. I would be the best employee at where John work at. Okay. That's true, but ain't nobody got time for that. I need my bag. Ain't nobody. The fact, I feel like, after 2015, I feel like nobody should have crank up beds anymore. The fact that crank up beds are even still in facilities is dumb. Alexis said something about crank up Hoyer lifts. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at crank up Hoyer lifts, and here's why. When it comes to automatic beds, I have never had an automatic bed run out of power, because the extension cord is always plugged into the wall, so the bed always works. I have never had an automatic bed quit on me ever. So, but a crank up bed is just bad for you in all the wrong places. So when it comes to bed, automatic bed over crank up bed forever. When it comes to Hoyer lifts, we've all been in that position where the Hoyer lift like dies mid Hoyer. So now your resident is awkwardly dangling there while your partner goes and gets a battery, and now you just sitting there with your thumb up your ass while your resident is just sitting there dangling. But on an automatic Hoyer lift, all you got to do is crank that thing up. It ain't that, if you got arm strength, you can go ahead. You ain't got to bend. You ain't got to bend over. You ain't got to bend over or twist nothing. All you got to do is crank that motherfucker up, move the person, let that lever loose, and you know what I'm saying? So actually, I would prefer a crank up Hoyer lift over an automatic Hoyer lift, just because a crank up Hoyer lift is more reliable to me than a battery Hoyer lift. Now, sometimes you don't feel like cranking that motherfucker up. You don't feel like using the arm strength. But fuck it, because you might as well. If it was a guarantee, like if every room had its own automatic Hoyer lift, and that Hoyer lift came with an extension cord that plugged into the wall, I would love automatic Hoyer lifts. But because automatic Hoyer lifts run on batteries that you got to run to $10 to put on a charger and get a new one, and hope that one is charged, then I'm just, me personally, I just like, I get excited when I see like an automatic, not an automatic, but when I see a crank Hoyer lift in a patient room. Especially like if the patient like not that big, if I'm moving like some 98-pound woman, man, come on, let's go ahead and crank this up in 5 seconds. She'll be in this chair in no time. Yes, the battery is never charged. The battery is never charged. I feel like automatic Hoyer lift battery should be like changed out at the beginning and end, at the beginning of the shift. But some of them automatic Hoyer left batteries be lasting through like one or two shifts, and by the time they get to the third shift, it'd be like just dead, or you know what I'm saying. It's never there when you need it. Okay, y'all ever do that thing? I'm mad because I've done this so many times. Okay, so when it comes to like automatic Hoyer lifts, have y'all ever done that thing where okay, it's so fucking stupid. For some reason, when automatic when automatic Hoyer lifts are dead or dying, right? They won't go up because going up is like lifting a heavy weight, but they will go down very easily for some strange reason. So what I used to do is let's say I put a resident in like the Hoyer sling, and I hook them to the machine, and the machine goes up and it stops because it dying. It stops because it's dying, but it's not like all the way up to where I need it to be. So you take the battery out real quick, then you put it in, then you push the button, it go up a little bit. Then you take the battery out, you put it in, you push the button to go up a little bit. Then you take the battery out, you put it in, you push the button to go up a little bit, and you just do that until they get up to the top. then then you move them like from the bed to the chair, and then you just put them in the chair because the going down don't cost no energy. But then, because you are a responsible adult and not a heathen, you go you go put the battery on the charger because you don't want to be part of the problem. Okay. That's why they don't charge for it. How come they don't charge? They always charge after I did that. I'm not saying leave it in the machine. I'm just saying like you want to. I always thought of it as like tricking the system, tricking the Hoyer system, because it's not gonna go down. And if you like take it out real quick and put it back in, that little bit of spark could just move it up inch by inch to eventually you get it to where you want to go. Because sometimes you Hoyer. Look, let's be honest. Sometimes you are Hoyering by yourself, and you got the person in the good spot. You don't want to put it down and do it all over again. So just take the battery out, put it back in real fast, push the button. It's gonna take longer, but it will inch by inch go up, and then you just do it like that, and then you go put it on the charger. I know what you're saying, but it ruins the battery. What Hoyer lift what brand of Hoyer lift are you using, Betty? Because that never ruined the battery of any Hoyer lift I ever used, and I've did that for years, over 5 plus, with many different brands. It always works for me. I have never ruined the battery. Every time I wait and put that boy back on the charger and put it back in the machine, it always works. Why would it ruin the battery? The one with the half circle. The fuck? Which one is that? Somebody Google that shit. Tell me the name. Like that always worked for me. I have never had a problem. Like I said, it may take longer, but it's always worked for me. And that's just one of those small cutting corners things. You know what I'm saying? When you gotta when you find yourself in the hall by yourself and can't find no help, and you got a Hoyer or two person by yourself. Now I'll take a picture and DM it to you. All right. I'm mad. My CNA brain just got mad at the fucking at the remembering of times where I needed somebody for a 2-person assist, and I went onto the hallway to like nothing. It should have been a tumbleweed in that bitch. I went out into the hallway, and you could have heard ant pissing on cotton. The fuck, it wasn't nobody in that bitch. Oh man, it's so fucked up. Our facility got rid of pads. Why? Wait, you talking about soaker pads? Those things, the lifeblood of the bed, the saving grace of the linen. They got rid of soaker pads. Chucks, soaker pads, yeah. So in order to wait a minute, what kind of soaker pads was y'all using? Was y'all using like the machine washable ones, or were y'all just using like the throwaway ones? Because if y'all was using throwaway soaker pads, then I understand why y'all stopped buying them. But then y'all should just move over to the ones that you wash and reuse. Y'all have no disposable pads or cloth. So basically, y'all facility don't care about y'all at all, is what I'm hearing. What the fuck are you saying to me, Michael? No soaker pads? So basically, you work in a facility where everybody can get up and just go to the bathroom, is what you saying. This gotta be this can't be like a nursing home with like totals. This has to be like an assisted living facility where you can just be like, hey, get up and go to the bathroom, and then they go to the bathroom. We be sneaking and using bad blink. Are you when I if my facility told me they was getting rid of soaker pads, it would be a riot. Okay? Do you know how fucking heavy wetters totals are? It's some people that need 2 to 3 soaker pads. Like the worst thing you can walk in on is going to check if somebody is wet and their entire back is wet. And I'm not talking about from shoulder to waist. I'm talking about from head to foot is just wet with pee. Like, how much water did you drink, sir? Like, and now, what? How much money was y'all spending on soaker pads where your facility was like, this has gone too far. We need to cut back on these soaker pads because they are costing us 1.5 billion a year or something crazy. Like, clearly, so lots of bed strips. Of course, there's lots of bed strips. It ain't no damn soaker pad there to catch the pee and the dookie. What the fuck is you talking about? Yes, you have to stack bath blankets and sheets. Bath blankets are only supposed to be used when you run out of soaker pads. It is a last resort after the soaker pads. The fact that the fact that y'all going to bath blankets first don't even make no damn sense. It don't make no sense. It's not the natural progression. It's not the way it's supposed to be. This is dumb. Just, oh my god, that's frustrating to hear. Let alone having to work that shit. So they get rid of the soaker pads. Now you have to do fucking now you got to do uh now you got to do a full bed redress instead of just changing out a soaker pad. That shit is dumb. Like, not only is you making like the job harder for the aides, but you making the job harder for laundry. Put a trash bag underneath the bath blanket. Stephanie, I appreciate your innovation, I think, but I believe in most nursing homes, if they came in and like saw a trash bag under a resident, it would be an issue. Like, I get where you're going with it. Like, I understand it. And if it was like a resident that like nobody cared about, even the facility, I'm pretty sure you can get away with that. But if like a resident's family member came in and saw like a trash bag up under them, I think they would have some stuff to say. Not and not in a good way. So much for taking care of your staff, like the management stooges talk. John, you know better. John, you know better. You take them out before you leave. The trash bags? I wouldn't even risk it. I've been in this business too long. Okay. Let's say you started doing that and made a habit of it. Okay. I've been in this business so long. It's been so many times where either a family member popped up out of nowhere while I was on the other side of the hall or like somewhere else, or for some reason management was just randomly in a room. And you know what I'm saying? You've been a corner in that room to go take the trash bag out. Management standing there with a clipboard in their hand, talking to a nurse. Now all of a sudden, come on, man, bitch! Like now you just sitting there with the fuck face, like fuck, like now you gotta explain that shit and make it make some kind of sense. Sometimes we only have 2 CNAs in the building. Welcome to the club, baby. Welcome to the club, Michael. The pad. How much does a gallon of money at mattress? Oh man, that's still flabbergasted. Like fucking, that's still flabbergasted. Like no soaker pads. That is blasphemy. That is blasphemy. What's up, Miss McNair? What's good? I use trash bags on bedpans. That's cool. I think a lot of people use trash bags on bedpans, but that's for like that's not staying under a bedpan is not staying under a resident like the entire shift. Like if you left a bedpan under a resident for an entire shift, like they would cuss you out. And rightfully so, because this breakdown in this bottom is because of you, and you should feel bad. But so yeah, I've used what the fuck? I've used trash bags on I've used trash bags on bedpans like a bunch of times. But leaving a trash bag underneath, in Michael's situation, like leaving a trash bag underneath a bath blanket underneath a resident who not supposed to have like have any one of those up under him at all. would be like, and then getting caught with that up under him by like either a family member or because a family member might understand. You got some saving grace with a family member, but administration who made this dumbass decision or corporate, like having to explain that shit in like Michael's situation where you're not supposed to have that shit up under them anyway, like it wouldn't be good in my eyes in the situation. What about the 1 gallon of water to flush the toilet and wash your hands? What are you talking about, Miss McNair? 1 gallon? I hope your sink ain't got like a limiter on it or some other shit. Anybody's facility use Pure Wicks for incontinent females? What's a Pure Wick? What's a Pure Wick? What is it? What is it? What's a Pure Wick? What's that? That sound like some technical talk. What is that? Yes, 1 gallon. Hold on, for what? To flush the toilet and wash your hands. Is that like each time or just in general? Like, what the fuck? Perry Care. A cooter canoe. That is hilarious, Joe. that is fucking funny. a cooter canoe. that is funny. That is funny. A cooter canoe. That is funny. In general, Miss McNair, I think your facility is abusive to both you and the residents. If they only allow you 1 gallon of water, do y'all not have sinks? What is happening here? I'm so confused right now. Do your facility like not have sinks, or do they just hand you like? Or do they like hand you like a bottle of like a gallon of water and just be like, that's all you get to use during this shift. Don't touch the sinks or none of the others. This is your water right here. Because otherwise that shit don't make no sense at all. They turn the water off? They turn the water off? Why would they turn the water off? Is it poisonous? Or are they just trying to save on the water bill? Your facility sounds shady. It sounds shady as shit. I'm ready to do some traveling. I'm ready to do some traveling too, goddamn it. And I ain't talking about no CNA work. Yes, I don't know. Girl. Your facilities are like, it got the problems. All right. Look, y'all, I got to go ahead and get up out of here. But if you haven't already, please like and follow this page so you can be notified of the next time I go live, which will be this Friday with a brand new episode of Bitchin' by the Bar. If you haven't already, please follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Franko the Pen. You can follow me on Twitter at OMG Franko. But be warned, it gets a little X-rated up over there. If you're vaccinated, stay carded up. And if you're not, stay tested. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who should be officially working third shift right now. I am Franko the Pen. This has been another episode of PSA from a CNA. Shout out to my co-host, Jesus, who late as fuck to the party, but you're going to have to watch the replay on this one, bad boy. I will see you guys next Wednesday with a brand new episode of PSA from a CNA. I am Franko the Pen, and I am out of here. Peace.